aqua vita, or in Gaelic, Ushkabea, the water of life. Another vital ingredient is barley, which is steeped in water and brought here to the malting house to germinate. The malt man turns the barley, allowing it to breathe and sprout. Can you no smell that? That, my friends, is the sweet smell of malted barley being dried here in the kiln. More specifically, it's the smell of burning peat. Now, peat is a young form of coal and another factor in determining a whisky's unique final flavour. Is it just me? Or is it getting a wee bit hot in here? Oh, it's yourself. I was just having a wee breather. A bit like the malt here in the malt store, you might say. It's, waiting. It's biding its time, building up its strength a wee bit. Oh well, that's it. Onwards and upwards. Well, downwards anyway.
This is the milling machine. This is where the malt gets rudely awakened, crushed, ground and pulverized into what's known in the trade as grist. It's awfully noisy in here, but it's all part of an ongoing process. All a means to an end. Oh, it gets everywhere, this stuff. Oh, yes, that's it.
This is the mash tun, a container where we mix together the purest Scottish water with our grist from the mill. The sugar in the mixture is dissolved, producing a sweet liquid known as wort. The wort is then cooled, ready for the next stage. The residue left in the mash tun can be used to make animal feed. The wort might not look that special, but let me assure you, this will become pure liquid gold.
આગળથી આવી ગયું.
So what, I hear you ask, is the one magical ingredient which helps turn a malty, sugary wort into something with, well, let's say, a wee bit more of a kick to it? Well, the answer is right here. This is yeast. The importance of this microscopic yet explosive living organism simply cannot be underestimated. Amazing!
मास्क नहीं तो करो करना ही पड़ेगा.
And this is where the magic truly begins. This is the wash bag, where yeast meets wort and sugar turns to alcohol in a process known as fermentation. A heaving maelstrom of heat and foam. And if the whole thing threatens to get out of hand and overspill, don't switch your blades above, or keep the whole thing in check. And don't be taking too deep a breath in here, by the way. The vapours produced can fair pack a punch. The alcohol content at this point is still too low and needs to be increased. We do this during distillation. Now, pay attention. The liquid is heated in a pot still, and because alcohol boils at a lower temperature, it separates from the water. The vapour rises up the neck and is cooled and condensed back into a liquid by a copper coil immersed in cold water, known as the worm. Here we see the cooling and condensing process in action. The liquid is now known as low wine. but it needs to be distilled again to further increase its alcohol content. And that takes place here, in the spirit still. Each distillery has its own unique shape of copper pot still. Another factor in ensuring that each distillery produces its own unique flavour of Scotch whisky. By now, the liquid is so strong it has to be kept under lock and key by customs and excise. Here in the spirit safe, the still man weaves his magic by judging precisely when to send the first part of the run, or four shots,
mixed
and the
kind,
last
yeah,
part of the
last
run,
one.
or faint, back to be distilled again. Meanwhile, the middle cut, or heart of the run, is sent to the spirit receiver. But it's still not Scotch whisky. Oh no, not for a long while yet.
Better no.
These casks won't see the light of day for at least 3 years. Some not for 12 or even 50 years. During this period of maturation, a whisky's unique final flavour is further enhanced by the wood of the cask that it's stored in. Its clear colour changed to a golden hue. What was once nothing more than barley and water magically matures into Scotch whisky. The sweet smell of evaporating whisky. Up to 2% each year just disappears. The angels share, they call it. Ah well, I'm away to join the angels myself. Slàinte mhath.